When I left the military in 1976, we knew of 4 extraterrestrial civilizations that were interacting with us. We had evidence that there were 4. One of the things that worried the generals and the admirals and the politicians the most in those years was that one of those groups, one of those 4, looked exactly like we do. And if you don't think that bothered the paranoid minds of the generals and the admirals, we guys in the military were trained to be paranoid. It was the name of the game. It was part of what we do. The idea that there could be some extraterrestrial advanced civilization here where they could sit next to you in a restaurant, sit beside you in an airplane, or right beside you in this hall. And ladies and gentlemen, you'd never know. You would literally never know. And that really drove the guys in the Pentagon and in SHAPE headquarters up the wall. But one colonel said, "Do you realize that they could be walking up and down the corridors of SHAPE?" Yeah. Another guy said, "My God, do you know that they could be up walking down the corridors of the Pentagon?" And then a lieutenant colonel, who I think had had too much wine, says, "Do you realize that they could even be in the White House?" And there was a lot of forced laughter over that comment, because many of us, I'm sure, and some of you included, have often wondered about some of the guys we get into the White House. But that was a comment that was well made and valid. Now, besides the 4 different groups, we had also learned as late as 1976, well, actually as early as 1964. And our own people here in this country had learned this, as I told you, in 1949. We were simply not dealing with interplanetary visitation. That's true, we were. We were not simply dealing with interstellar visitation, and we were simply not dealing with intergalactic visitation. We learned that we were dealing with all of the above: interplanetary, interstellar, and intergalactic. And would you believe that some of those advanced cultures, some of those advanced technologies, apparently have the ability to manipulate time and matter? We learned that some of the manifestations that have been involved with us from the beginning of our history are multidimensional in their origin. Now, if you think that doesn't turn Newtonian Einstein science upside down, now if you think that doesn't turn theology upside down, and that, to me, is probably the single most important issue as to why the cover has been clamped down on this thing and kept clamped down for so damn long. Because when the truth of this matter begins to come out, it's going to shake up our world to a point that we will never, ever be the same.